afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Thursday, the 16th of May. The Defence Force is acknowledging Chief Ombudsman Peter Bosch's finding it didn't share crucial information for an investigation of complaints about Operation Burnham. It was complained material wasn't released under the Official Information Act on New Zealand's involvement in Afghanistan in 2010. Here's senior political reporter Sophie Trigger.
Bosch says the Defence Force didn't deliberately mislead him, but its processes meant he didn't have all the facts, and this information gap meant it escaped accountability. The Defence Force says its poor record-keeping processes at the time were such that staff couldn't locate all relevant documents. It says this was revealed during a 2-year Operation Burnham inquiry and a program's now in place to enact recommended improvements.
Auckland City Council's managed to pass its long-term plan. After about 5 hours of discussions, councillors endorsed the Mayor's plan. It includes a $50 cap on weekly transport fares and an Auckland Future Fund for investment. Council reporter Jacob Jones was there.
It seemed to be a case of perfect being the enemy of good, with many councillors expressing doubts but supporting the proposal. The final vote was 22-1, with Mike Lee being the only one completely opposed. Some councillors wanted their opposition to specific measurements recorded. The budget now needs to go to the governing body in a meeting for June, but that's largely a formality.
An Auckland constable who's pleaded not guilty to perjury has been named as James Philip Cox. It's alleged he lied in the witness box about being certified to do road policing activities with a radar device in a trial last year. Christchurch's mayor is working on delivering an election promise. Councillors have agreed to consider restoring the iconic former Ducks Deluxe building. Phil Major included it in recommendation in his monthly report yesterday and has asked the interim chief executive to offer redevelopment options in coming weeks. Major says he wants lots of information to feed into the long-term plan.
And it also reflects a high degree of public interest in this specific request.
Labour's leader says we live in a more fraught environment with risks to political leaders. Slovakia's Prime Minister Robert Fico is fighting for his life after an assassination attempt. A 71-year-old is in custody. Chris Hipkins says minority views have been radicalised post-pandemic, creating risk for public figures.
I love the fact that in New Zealand our politicians are incredibly accessible. I don't want to see that change, but we've got to be cautious. We've got to make sure that politicians in New Zealand are adequately supported.
Hopes of more options for Super Gold card holders travelling from Auckland to Waiheke Island. Small ferry operator Island Direct launched in November, competing with Fuller's. But Transport Minister Simeon Brown says unlike its competitors, Island Direct doesn't get Super Gold funding. He says if negotiations succeed, it could offer Super Gold card concessions in July. To sport headlines, and the NRL's Magic Round kicking off tomorrow in Brisbane has been plunged into controversy with news a high-profile player at a Queensland club has been accused of rape. Kiwi golfers Ryan Fox and Kazuma Kobori tee it up at the PGA Championship starting overnight in Louisville. The Boston Celtics have wrapped up a spot in the NBA's Eastern Conference Finals with a 113-98 win over Cleveland for a 4-1 series. The Dallas Mavericks are within a win of progressing over Oklahoma City Thunder in the West. I'm Raylene Ramsey. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.